Good morning. Coming to you with another video early in the morning. Now, guys, if you have any questions regarding my videos and link in the description when the live is over, I will add my link tree and you can message me on Instagram. I've decided to take the comments off to avoid the idiots comments. But anyways, after yesterday's video, I got a lot of some messages on Instagram, but you have to request me first. You have to request in order for me to go ahead and read those messages. So I made a video already. It's raining pretty hard here this morning, but I made a video about the Nahual or Nahualitos when it comes to Viticaticua. Um, you can check it out. But the Nahual is the spirit that accompanies you. When they say, "What's your Nahual?" or is the spirit of the Mayan, or not Mayan, but the Aztec zodiac. And you can receive up to four, but then you also receive a whole bunch of them when you receive your divination tools in the Aztec tradition or Nahual Pipil with seeds that are black and red. And the Nahual is, well, I can't give you the description, that description, but you receive one, and that's what we call the guardian Nahual. So, for example, if you are from the year of the crocodile, then that's what you receive, and everything is done with certain things, because then people start copying me, right? Um, so I can give you that description of how is it that it's prepared. Um, and then after that, you'll receive the Nahual of what we call las cuatro esquinas, or the four corners, or what other people call the four cardinal points in other traditions. So in the Nahual Pipil, you receive the Nahual, the rules, those different areas. And the only reason why I'm making this is because some people was like, hey, could you explain more about the Nahual? But the Nahual is a guardian spirit that goes depending on the month uh, that you were born, and it has a lot to do with your Tolan too. Um, it's a quick ceremony, um, very quick ceremony, little beautiful ceremony that is that you when you are receiving that. So what you do is when you have your mitikatikwa, in the four corners of the altar is where you will place the Nahual. And of course, you do offerings to it, like Palo Santo, uh, the burning ceremony. A lot of people don't understand what the fire ceremony is in the Nahual Pipilo Aztec and even Mayan, and the meaning behind the fire ceremony. Okay, and it's not that you make a big bonfire. It's made with something else. Has nothing to do with wood. It has a lot of things to do with incense Palo Santo, and other things. And it's a beautiful ceremony of releasing. And after that, of course, you have your ceremony of cacao, which in reality, I'm gonna be honest here. Not every different Nahual Pipil believes in that or practice that. What we do is have a ceremony on what we call the atol, and that is a ceremony that is done in the morning, early in the morning, and it's done later on at night. In my language and in my tribe, we call it atol chuco. Um, Basically, dirty atol because of the things that are added in there. The atoll is white, and then we add some things that it looks like it's dirty, but it's a lot. It's powders from certain seeds that we add in that. It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful ceremony. The receiving a nahualito or nahual, whatever you wanna call nagua, or that whatever you wanna call it, and it has to do a lot with the year you were born, and the month that you were born. They are 20, and then it subdivides into a whole bunch more. So the divination process is takes a while, and also, like I said, it has to do with your tone or your tone. You have to match those together, and it's not like, oh, I got the wrong one, because at the end of the day, all of them are important. Um, so you really need to give your information for that ceremony. Not a lot of people perform the ceremony. A lot of people have gone to Mexico to do it. Um, in the United States, there's not many places that do that ceremony unless you go to a retreat. I know that in New Mexico, that ceremony is done a lot. Arizona, California, even in Colorado, that ceremony is done a lot. The Mayans have a similar ceremony that they do, but again, it's tapping into the four cardinal points, the four seasons. So that's why basically, as far as I could go with Nahual or Nahualito. And other practices is called something else, but it's similar. It's similar. Um, we use what is called cántaro or cantaritos, cántaros, to store the secret and everything that goes with you. Now, it's not that we go in there and start using things from it. We just open it and start talking it. It's basically for your protection because it has to do with the animal spirit, the wild that walks with you. Could be a feather. Now, we also have something that we call uh, the Nahual cross. Another tradition is known as the Mayan cross because, again, I am Nagua Pipil Lenca. Okay, so that is when the Aztecs or the Mexicas got in the boat with Cortez, but in this case, is Pedro de Alvarado, the Spanish conquistador. So the Mexicas came to Central America and started conquering Central America, and they brought those belief system with them, and they intermarried with the Mayans, and that's why we are called Nahual Pipil Lenca, and we have Cacaropera. We are different tribes, and not all tribes speak the same language, and it's a mixture. So search Nahual Pipil or search Lenka, search Pipil, and then search Nahual, and then you're gonna understand the mixture within the indigenous community of Central America and why the practices are different from each other. So it's just a basic video. There is the first video that I made explaining. This video is a little bit more into detail. The ceremony is done in one day, well within hours of the day. It has to be in a specific hour. Uh, you have to give time for the preparation of the Nahual. And they're actually very, very tiny cántaros that you receive. It's nothing like huge. So what it does is, and this is for those who want to work with Mitikatikwa, or let's use the name Santa Muerte. Those who do spiritual work, those who prepare candles for others, do readings for others, because it's also a backup when you are in a spiritual war or when you're trying to protect. It's also a backup to aid Mitikatikwa, to aid Santa Muerte. And if you're in a spiritual war and something happens to that energy, then you have that backup of the Nahuals. Now, a lot of people like to work the Nahuales before they work with her and not put that in danger of it breaking it. Remember, in our tradition, those statues are made out of clay. They're made out of barro, clay, or they're made out of a special type of rock that is carved. So I hope this helped you guys a lot. Those who asked those questions about the Nahual, what is the Nahual? Now, unfortunately, I cannot get into a lot of details because people learn about something one day and the next day they're already offering it. Now, I'm not offering this energy. Do I know how to do those ceremonies? Yes. But those ceremonies are given to very serious people. Now, I'm gonna say this is not an initiation. It's just a receiving of that Nagual or that energy that is born with you according to your month, according to your the calendar. Um, it's you you don't need to be initiated or anything because it's protection. It's basically a right that people have to receive that energy because you are born with it. So what we do is a representation of that using things of that animal to make that nahual, and then using things from you to merge the energy. And I'm trying to explain it to you the best that I can without saying secrets. Because there is a lot of people out there that do not like to share this, especially with foreigners. They want to keep it within their kind, their community. But it's a connection that is made between that Nagual and you, a personal connection, and everybody has the rights, and that's why I don't understand. And I guess it's because when we give this to non Nagua Pipil, Mayans, Aztec, and stuff, it's like people tend to start making things up, doing things they're not supposed to be doing, changing things around, and it just damages the tradition. Uh, So that's it. That is what a Nahual basically is without going too deep into it. Well, I hope you all have a blessed day, the rest of the day. Very early here in Texas, raining very hard. So I guess I'll see you next week. All right. You have a blessed day.